أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والسماء ذات البروج واليوم الموعود وشاهد ومشهود. قتل أصحاب الأخدود النار ذات الوقود إذ هم عليها قعود وهم على ما يفعلون بالمؤمنين شهود. وما نقموا منهم إلا أن يؤمنوا بالله العزيز الحميد الذي له ملك السماوات والأرض والله على كل شيء شهيد. إن الذين فتنوا المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثم لم يتوبوا فلهم عذاب جهنم ولهم عذاب الحريق. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار ذلك الفوز الكبير. إن بطش ربك لشديد إنه هو يبدئ ويعيد وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش المجيد فعال لما يريد. هل أتاك حديث الجنود فرعون وثمود بل الذين كفروا في تكذيب والله من ورائهم محيط. بل هو قرآن مجيد في لوح محفوظ. صدق الله العلي العظيم. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
Ahsan Sayyid, can we please recite another salawat for that beautiful recitation? And can we please recite another loud salawat for the love of Imam Hasan AlAskari? Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. Or I congratulate all the Muslims and to our awaited 12th Imam on the great occasion of the birth anniversary of our 11th Holy Imam, Imam Hasan AlAskari alayhi salam. I kindly ask all in attendance at the center to please make sure you signed in at the front desk and to maintain social distance throughout tonight's program. We thank you all for your assistance during these times. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all for your efforts, inshaAllah. And now ask we recite another loud salawat as we welcome Brother Ahmad Rashid for a small nasheed. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. I know I'm waiting for something to happen to me. But this waiting comes with trials and challenges. Nothing in life is free. I wish that somehow you'd tell me out loud that on that day I'll be okay. But we'll never know, 'cause that's not the way it works. Help me find my way. My Lord, show me right from wrong. Give me light, make me strong. I know the road is long. Make me strong. Sometimes it just gets too much. I feel that I've lost touch. I know the road is long. Make me strong. I know I'm waiting, yearning for something known only to me. This waiting comes with trials and challenges. Nothing in life is free. I wish that somehow you'd tell me out loud that on that day you'll forgive me. But we'll never know, 'cause that's not the way it works. I beg for your mercy. My Lord, show me right from wrong. Give me light, make me strong. I know the road is long. Make me strong. Sometimes it just gets too much. I feel that I've lost touch. I know the road is long. Make me strong. My Lord, show me right from wrong. Give me light, make me strong. I know the road is long. Make me strong. Sometimes it just gets too much. I feel that I've lost touch. I know the road is long. Make me strong. Salawat ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.
Ahsant. Can we please recite another salawat for Brother Ahmad Rashid? Tonight we celebrate the birth anniversary of our 11th holy Imam, Imam Hasan AlAskari alayhi salam. This Imam we should all look up to, an oppressed Imam who for most of his life was under house arrest and had constraint of freedom. However, he did never lose hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his mission in spreading the true teachings of the Holy Prophet. Imam Hasan AlAskari left behind many things, but mainly two great things before departing this world. Number one is his words of wisdom, which we could still use till this very day. And number two, his son, the awaited Imam, Imam Muhammad ibn al-Hasan al-Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala faraja. We ask the Holy 12th Imam to join us in tonight's program so that he does not have to celebrate his father's birth alone, May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with the visitation of Imam Hasan AlAskari in this life and his intercession in the next, inshallah. I now ask we recite 3 loud salawat as we welcome His Eminent Sheikh Mohammed Mehdi for tonight's lecture. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بفضل الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله والحمد حقه كما يستحقه حمدا كثيرا الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله اللهم لعن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابع له على ذلك اللهم لعن العصابة التي جاهدت الحسين وشايعت وبايعت وتابعت على قتله اللهم لعنهم جميعا ثم الصلاة والسلام على خير خلق الله أجمعين محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. As Brother Hadi said, I'd like to congratulate you all tonight as we congregate to celebrate the birth of the 11th Imam, Al-Imam Al-Hasan ibn Ali Al-Askari, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayh. A very important birth because we need closer to the ultimate prophecy. The creation of the universe began with this prophecy, the prophecy that fulfills the promise of Allah to His messenger that his religion will prevail. The day where you won't just hear of what's to come, but you'll actually visualize it. And this birth brings us closer to this day. The 11th Imam and the 10th Imam, Al-Imamain Al-Askarain, as they call them, Al-Askariyain, afwan. Al-Imamain Al-Askariyain, Al-Imam Ali ibn Muhammad al-Hadi, Wal-Imam Al-Hasan ibn Ali al-Askari. They were both had the title of Al-Askariyain, and they both had the title of Ibn al-Rida. So people would refer to both of them as Ibn al-Rida. Not Imam al-Jawad, but these two Imams, they were called Ibn al-Rida by the people around them. And as for the title of Askari, one of the sisters asked me, the younger sisters asked me, why was he called Al-Askari, or what does it mean? And the title of Al-Askari, there are many opinions. One opinion says that it was because he was born in a garrison town of Samurra, and a garrison town is a garrison town. It's a town that's built for military effect, for the reason of war. So when you build these towns, they're made just for war. This is where you keep your stables for the horses. This is where your blacksmiths are there to make the horseshoes and to make the weaponry and the chain mail and all that that's required. So this area and this region's for the housing of soldiers. So they called it this town Samurra that he was in. So they called him Al-Askari because he was in this town. Another narration says, and this is why they call them Al-Askariyain, because this narration is sometimes given for the 10th Imam, sometimes for the 11th Imam, when there was a display of the army of the Khalif at the time to show a show of force to the Imam. The Imam ushered to the Khalif to look between his fingers, and when the Khalif saw between the fingers of the Imam, he saw an entire army that was ready to be deployed, and it was much larger than the army that he was grandstanding with. And thus they called him Al-Askari for that reason. Now, the Imam lived at a time, and as you move onwards, from, if you imagine, like, you think there was oppression at the time of Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. You think there was oppression at the time of Imam al-Hasan and Imam Hussein salawatullahi wa salamu alayhima, and onwards. You cannot fathom the way the world became from Imam to Imam. If you were to look at it as a graph, it'd be an exponential. It got worse and worse, especially Banu Umayyah set the tone, but Banu al-Abbas were far worse. They were brutal towards the followers of Ahlul Bayt, to the point where they would kill even each other. Imam al-Askari was born a life of constraint. His whole life was a life where he was under Iqama Jabri, so he was under house arrest the whole time. And they had him living a very oppressed life. So if we sit there and think about ourselves and think we're suffering, we do not know what suffering is. Our forefathers suffered. Because we sit there and say, Wallah, Imamna bil ghaybi, our Imam is in occultation. We can't see him. Imagine your Imam was with you, in the sense that he was out, Dhahir. You could see him, Dhahir al-Imam, and yet he would be as close as you can to him. You would walk past him, and you were not even allowed to say Assalamu alaikum. You'd walk past as if he did not exist. This was the time of the 11th Imam. It was the time of Taqiyya. And Taqiyya in its full extreme, where the Imam would tell them, أمرناكم بالتختم في اليمين والآن نأمركم بالتختم في الشمال. So generally it's mustahab to wear your ring in the right hand. Imam al-Askari during his time would tell his companions through letters and secrecy to wear it in their left hand so they can look like the others. Because the other team, the others that were against them, were wearing the ring in the left hand so they can look like them in this way. Now, the question is here, before we go into our discussion, and it's very important because you hear this subject a lot. What is taqiyya? Now, a lot of the time you hear this. It's not something small. Because our 6th Imam says, At-taqiyya dini wa dinu abai. Taqiyya is my religion and the religion of my forefathers. Man la taqiyyata lahu La deena lahu. Whoever doesn't have taqiyya has no religion. That's what the Imam would say. So what is taqiyya? What is the purpose of taqiyya? There are people today that don't practice taqiyya. Wherever they go, they just say whatever comes onto their tongue. They'll walk publicly and they will curse who they want. Sometimes people are safe. So you're living in Australia, for example. I can get up on the mambar and start cursing the enemies of Ahlul Bayt, who, because these enemies, these villains, are someone else's heroes, you know. Yeah, so there's actually people that like the Joker and Penguin, and you know, they're the people that like the antagonist and the bad guy. Not everyone likes the good guy. So when you're sitting there and smashing the bad guy, there are people that love them and they venerate them like gods. You know, if before you had natural knowledge of the world, if someone told you that someone in India got killed because he killed a cow, what would you say? You say, serious, someone killed someone for killing a cow. He was hungry, he wanted to eat, so he killed the cow. So Allah made these cows so we can eat them. So he got killed for killing a cow because he killed someone's object of worship. He killed someone's God. Rather than say, what a weak God that can't even defend himself or herself, because the cow, it's female. They say that this is something wrong. You'd see this, you go, this is crazy. But we live in a world where people worship all kinds of things. And we have to practice taqiyya to a certain extent on what it is. But what is taqiyya? And how do we practice it? Now, some of the ulama of times have added mudarat towards taqiyya. But taqiyya in its essence, you'll find it in the Bible to begin with. Where in the book of Genesis, which is what? It's the first book in the Pentateuch. It's the first book in the Old Testament, the book of Genesis, is when Abraham goes with his wife Sarah and he hides her from the king. And then when the king sees her, he says, "Who is she?" What does Abraham say in the Bible? At that time, his name's still not Abraham in the Bible. They call him Abraham or Abram. So he says, "She is my sister." So he says, "She is your sister." And then later he discovers she is Abraham's wife. He said, "Why would you lie and say she's your sister?" He said, "Because I feared you would kill me for my wife, so you can marry her. So I said she's my sister." That way he put up their hopes they still might have a chance to marry her. This is taqi. He concealed something that was true. This is present in the Bible. And this is something everyone uses. People use it everywhere. And the people that fight us and say that we use taqiyya and this is wrong, they support the Taliban, they support Daesh, they support all these organizations that are labeled as terrorists by the West. And when they asked, "Are you with these people?" they disassociate themselves because they use taqiyya. But then they say we don't use this. This is also was used in the Quran when Allah Azza wa Jal mentions which story? The story of Fir'aun, when they mention Musa alayhi salam, when Fir'aun wants to kill Musa. So there is a man from the family of Fir'aun that is a believer. Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Quran, "Rajul min ali Fir'aun," a man from the family of Fir'aun, yaktum imana. Yaktum means what? He has silenced his belief. He has hidden his belief. He has concealed his belief. Now, okay, we understand taqiyya is what? Concealing your belief. But why do I conceal my belief? Here's the question. Why would you conceal? You're allowed to conceal. In fact, it's obligatory to conceal your belief if you are in fear of death or severe persecution. In other words, if you're in some place where if they know there are still places in the world, if they know you're a lover of Ahlul Bayt, you're a follower of Ahlul Bayt, you're a kafir. That's the way they see you. You're an apostate. You're a heretic and they want your blood. I don't know if you've ever seen that video where that guy is walking in that city and says, "I'm a Shia." And the person says to him, "If I had the chance, I would kill you here and there." This is what happens. There are places in the world that will kill you just for being a Shia. Even at the time of Saddam, when Hussein Kamel came into the city of Karbala, on the tanks, what did they have as a banner at the front? They had "La Shia ba'da al-yawm." There are no Shia after today. This is why we have what's called taqiyya. Something that even this man used to give his opinion. But all in all, who is the biggest example of taqiyya? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. For 3 years, when he was told he was a prophet, did he go announce it for 3 years? No. He only, Imam Ali alayhi salam says, ثلاث حجج, for 3 years, only me and Bint Khuwaylid, me and Khadija, were the only two believers for 3 years. So why didn't Rasulullah come out and say, "People, I am the prophet"? Why didn't he come out and declare it? Why was it brought in strategically? It's a truth, say it. Because we have this system of taqiyya, and there's a lot of evidence in the Quran. So Imam Hasan AlAskari would tell his companions not to even talk to him in the street unless he signals to them. There's a signal, like it would let them know that yes, you can talk to me. Otherwise, no, because your life is in danger. You could be killed. Hello, we're going to look at his teachings, especially in these days. When we celebrate the birth of an Imam, we always like to look at their teachings because this is what we benefit from. What did they say? The Imam, Salamullah alayhi, mentions 4 things for us. He says in these things, he says, "Akthiru," which means what? Frequent. Do a lot of. See, some things you do a bit of. Okay? Some things you do what they are to the prescribed times. Some things you do with abundance. Some things have no limit. For example, your obligatory prayer, there's a limit on it. Isn't that right? 17 rakat. Your 2 rakat for subh, 4 for dhuhr, 4 for asr, 3 for maghrib, 4 for isha. That's it, you're done. And if I want to do the nawafil, if I add them all up, they double that. And I'm finished. Then I have my hajj once a year, umrah once a month if I want to do it. Okay? My fasting, Shahr Ramadan, that is obligatory. But then there's things like taqwa, where Allah Azza wa Jal puts no limitation to taqwa. Do you know what He says? وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ. Protect yourself from evil as much as you can. There's no limit. So here the Imam there says there are 4 things, akthiru, frequent, in abundance, in a great magnitude. Do not slow down on these 4 things. What are the 4 things? The first one, he says, akthiru dhikrallah. Subhanallah. Dhikrallah is so important, not only for your spiritual being, your physical being, your presence. It brings you back into reality. Any problem I have, I remember Allah. I remember Allah. Ala bi dhikrillah tatma'innu al-qulub. When I remember Allah Azza wa Jalla, I'm back. I'm back in my position. I know how I feel. I know where I am. الَّذِينَ إِذَا ذُكِرَ اللَّهُ وَجِلَتْ قُلُوبُهُم. That when Allah is remembered, they are in awe. They're in another place altogether. They remember Allah. They feel so good. It's their home. If you look at the hadith that they put in the advertising, what was it? That whoever has man anisa, what? Billah, istawhashu, or istawhash min al-nas, an Imam AlAskari. The hadith basically says, whoever finds intimacy or comfort, when we say intimate, it's a close relationship, and comfort with Allah, he feels in solitude, and he feels alone when he's with people or from people. Because where your real comfort is with Allah. That's why when we say, when we read dua, Josh al-Kabir, you know when you read it, Ya Anisa, man la Anisa la. Allah is that comfort. So I tell people, if you read in one of the ziyarat of Ali ibn Musa Rida salawatullahi salam alayhi in Muntakhab al-Hasani, you don't find this in Mafatih al-Janan, it's only in Muntakhab al-Hasani. Some other books where he says, he calls Imam Rida Anis and-Nufus. That's why when people go to Mashhad, they feel comfortable. Every ziyarah you go to is different. Mashhad, you feel like you're at home. Why? Because he's Anis and-Nufus. You feel this comfort. When I remember these people, because they remind me of who? They remind me of Allah. I feel comfort. أكثروا ذكر الله. هلا, firstly, what is dhikr Allah and how is it made? One of the narrations, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, when he mentions dhikr Allah, he says, لا أعني subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. He says, I do not mean, you know, we do the dhikr, subhanallah walhamdulillah, glory be to Allah, alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah, la ilaha illallah, there is no God but Allah, wallahu akbar, and Allah is great. I don't mean this. He says, wa in kana, even if it is minhum, it is of dhikr Allah. But that's not what I mean. He says to remember God before I'm about to do something, before I'm about to undertake an action. As I brace myself to commit a bad action, I remember Allah and refrain from doing so. Do you remember once this man, he wanted to steal from someone's orchard, the bustan. He got up on the fence and he left his son as a lookout. You know, Zami Almo was صغير, he's teaching him to be a thief from a young age. So he's kept him downstairs, he's got up to the top of the fence to do what? To steal, jump into the orchard. And he said, if anyone's watching, call me. And his son said, wait, someone's watching. The father freaks out, stops, looks around, sees no one. He's about to climb back down. The son says, stop, someone's watching. The father turns around and says, me, who's watching? He says, Allah and His angels. So then the father says the verse, Alam ya'ni lilladhina amanu. Has the time not come for those that believe that their heart is filled with awe from the remembrance of Allah? Has the time not come? When I have the remembrance of Allah, this is how I react. I start to remember what is real. My problems become insignificant. There's no problem. I don't have money, so what? I'm not married, so what? I have an abusive spouse, so what? Whatever my problem is, so what? It's only a few moments and it's all over. It's all over, I'm finished. Then I return to Alim al-Ghaybi wa Shahada. I've been good with him, have I? This is my thing, that's all, I've been good. This is the only one I find comfort in. One man said, Ya Rasulullah. He said, who judges us on the Day of Judgment? Rasulullah said, Allah. And the man smiled. And he said, Alhamdulillah. Rasulullah said, why are you happy? He says, He is Arhamar Rahimin. Who else would I want other than Allah to judge me? Who else would I want? The most merciful, to be the one that judges me. This is why I should always remember Allah. I should never put my affairs in my own hands. As the Imam would raise his hands in dua, Imam Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, and he said, Allah la takilni ila nafsi tarfata aynin abada. Never place my affairs in my hands, ever. Ever, ever, ever. This is the relationship you have with Allah. Always want Him to become a part of your life. Don't let things preoccupy you when it comes to your day-to-day life. You know, sometimes when you tell someone, like for example, here's a good example. Someone's going to get into a job, any field. Part of that job has haram. And they say, I have to do this. Why? Or I won't make a living. You're wrong. Why? Because you have automatically said that I am the one that sustains myself. You've cut God out of the equation. Imam AlAskari, because we're talking about Imam AlAskari, in a hadith he says, لا يشغلك رزق مضمون عن عمل مفروض. Do not ever let sustenance that is guaranteed preoccupy you over action that is obligatory. Never let money overtake this. You know, sometimes you hear people, this is one of the weirdest things you hear people say, Lawla al-haram. If it wasn't haram, I'd be a millionaire. Really? How? I'd deal drugs. There are a million drug dealers that are poor. I'd own a pub. There are a lot of pubs that go broke. I would gamble. There are a lot of gamblers that have committed suicide, lost all their money. What do you think? If it's haram and you're allowed to do haram, you become rich? That's what everyone thought. That's what the drug mules think when they're going to the Southeast Asia and they're dealing drugs and then they get caught. They're thinking, I'm going to do that and I become rich. You're not going to become rich. You won't become rich. Your sustenance is with Allah. So don't let ever haram overtake you when it comes to acquiring this sustenance. And everything that happens is because of forgetfulness of Allah. Imam Hasan alayhi salam, salawatullahi wa salam alayhi, on the day of Ashura, what does he say to the enemy? He says, do you know why you're here to kill me? Listen to what he says. Istahwada alaykum ash-shaytan. The shaitan has encompassed you. The shaitan has surrounded you. فَأَنْسَاكُمْ ذِكْرَ اللَّهِ الْعَظِيمِ. Because once you're surrounded by Iblis, what happens? You forget God. That's why you're here to kill me. You're blinded by your love for this world. And what it brings is the life we have. If we don't frequent the remembrance of Allah, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكَ. This is how you have a distressful life. This is how you have a straightened life. This is how you have a confined life. This is how you have, when you turn away from God, all your problems come. Real problems. Because you won't have this contentment because you've cut Allah Azza wa Jal out of your life. In another hadith, another verse in the Quran, it says, وَمَنْ يُعْرِضْ عَنْ ذِكْرِ رَبِّهِ يَسْلُكْهُ عَذَابًا صَعَدًا. Okay. Whoever turns away from the remembrance of his Lord, Allah will put him, it says عَذَابًا, he says صَعَدًا. يصعد. What does يصعد mean? Going up. هلا بس واحد يكون عم يصعد, someone's going up. It's an arduous, it's hard. What does it mean by an arduous and hard? The Imam says, Allahu Akbar. He says, do you know the people that turn away from the dhikr of Allah? What is this adhab and sa'ada? He says it's a mountain in the fire of hell. It is so high, the summit is too high to even imagine. Hajj Rabi'a last week was talking about climbing Everest. This is another mountain altogether in the fire of hell. Nastajiru billah. He says that the people climb because the summit they feel is what? They can see like a mirage, an image where they see fresh air and they're going to escape punishment. They're so desperate. They're not Edmund Hillary's climbing Everest. Everyone's climbing Everest. They're going for it. They want to reach the summit. It says when they reach the summit and they're about to feel the coolness of the air, the mountain collapses. This is what it talks about, the adhab. He says, Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَمَنْ يُعْرِضْ عَنْ ذِكْرِ رَبِّهِ. Whoever turns away from the remembrance of his Lord, يَسْلُكْهُ عَذَابًا صَعَدًا. What does it mean here? Remember, turning away from the remembrance of the Lord. What does it mean? It means people that do anything and everything. They don't care. Ma bihimmu, they're not concerned. Ma ilu wa ma alayh, as we say. Whatever he's doing that's good. You know, those people, or whatever, you know, that person that called his mother, was once a prank call. They said it was a joke. He said to his mum, he said that I'm going to go overseas, and she says, Sru ujib yabni. Just steal and bring. It doesn't matter. As long as you're earning. Some people have their opinion, they tell you I'm going overseas. What do they say when they leave to the West to work? They say halal haram. As it comes, I'm going to take it. Doesn't matter. This is what Allah Azza wa Jal is talking about in this verse. The second thing the Imam says, أكثروا, he says dhikr al-maut. And you know why I gave a lot of time for dhikr Allah? Because these are all these branches of it. The remembrance of death. See, sometimes people don't like when you talk about death too often. They say, what is this morbidity, this morbid fascination we have with death? Why is it we always talk about death? We talk about death because death is the only life. Allah says in the Quran, Azza wa Jal, He says, Ma qaddamtu, the verse, li hayati, that I have not brought forth for my life. One life. He doesn't talk li hayati. Your only life is the hereafter. This is the turnstile. Death is the turnstile when you move from this abode to the permanent abode. Death is the only certain thing. Death is inevitable. Death is your superannuation. It's your nest egg. Death is the discussion of the future. Death is the only thing of value in this life. Death is the doorway to eternity. Why do I have to remember? Because it's going to happen. It's not like I'm talking to you right now. Imagine we're having a discussion about the dangers of frostbite. You're going to look at me and say, man, we live in Sydney. We're lucky if there's dew on the grass. Why are you talking about frostbite? I'm not going to talk here about what? Imagine I said to you, the fear of volcanoes. You say, bro, this is Sydney. It's not a tropical region. Even if I said hurricanes and cyclones, is it going to be a hurricane? Are we a tropical region? No. So if I'm talking about something that doesn't affect you, but when I talk about death, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, doesn't matter what region, doesn't matter what place, it affects you. The third thing the Imam says, and I'm going to try and round up because it's a birth and I don't want you to get too bored with my voice. He says, أكثر أول شيء ذكر الله. The second, the remembrance of Allah. The second, ذكر الموت. And the third, he says, أكثروا تلاوة القرآن. Read the Quran. Subhanallah, see, Al-Mushaf al-Sharif, the Holy Quran. Another, ilayhi ibadah. If you open the Quran and just look at it, it's worship. And that's why I tell people when they go Hajj, I say just sit and look at the Kaaba. Just sit and look at the Kaaba. That's worship. Here, it's in front of you. You open it and you look at it, that's worship. This is the importance. I look at the Holy Quran and this is worship. If you look at the night of Ashura, what were the companions of Imam Hasan doing? He says, Baina Raki'an wa Sajid. No, they were either genuflecting or prostrating, and there were those that were reciting the Quran. Recite the Quran. Did you know if you don't read the Quran every day, if you don't open the Quran every day, this is a tragedy. Some people don't open the Quran except when? Shahr Ramadan Mubarak. This is your covenant with your Lord. This, and I want to tell you about the Quran. Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, he says about the Quran, he says the Quran innahu shafi'un mushaffa' wa mahilun musaddaq. That the Quran itself on the Day of Judgment, it's an entity. If it says, oh Allah, this person looked after me, Allah Azza wa Jal does not listen for a second opinion. Shafi'un mushaffa. The Quran says this person is a good person, everything else is put aside into paradise. On the other side, if the Quran says this person dayya'ani, dayya'ak Allah, this person was someone that abandoned me, Allah abandoned him, Allah will not look for a second opinion and will punish. فأكثروا تلاوة القرآن. الرسول صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Too late, I drank from this, God knows how long it's been. Anyway, okay. Okay, if I contract something from it, it's your fault. I know where you live. قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم نوروا بيوتكم بتلاوة القرآن. He says, نوروا, give luminance to your homes with the recitation of the Quran. How? How do I give it luminance? The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam says, فَإِنَّ الْبَيْتَ إِذَا كَثُرَ فِيهِ تِلَاوَةُ الْقُرْآنِ كَثُرَ خَيْرُهُ وَاتَّسَعَ أَهْلُهُ. Firstly, if someone recites the Quran a lot in their home, frequents its recitation, goodness will increase in the house. And what? There will be vastness in the family. I need offspring, it will give me offspring. Then he says, وَأَضَاءَ لِأَهْلِ السَّمَاءِ كَمَا تُضِيءُ نُجُومُ السَّمَاءِ لِأَهْلِ الدُّنْيا. That your house, you know sometimes, have you sat down and you look at the stars or the constellations? Clear sky, how do the stars look? Aren't they beautiful? They are the zina, they are the decoration of the heavens. Your house, if it frequents the recitation of the Quran, it is a decoration for the celestial bodies. The angels will look at your house with awe. It's a house that actually lights up with nur. We're not talking about with a tungsten filament or whatever use light emitting diodes or something like that. We're talking about nur. The nur that the angels perceive. So anyway, finally, the last thing, and I will round up. I'm really sorry because usually on a birth I like to talk a bit less, Finally, the first one we said, أكثروا ذكر Allah, the remembrance of Allah. أكثروا ذكر الموت, remember death. Third, أكثروا تلاوة القرآن. The fourth thing is he says, وأكثروا الصلاة على النبي. So say salawat as much as you can. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And for me, nothing is more beautiful than sealing it with this. Why? Every amal that we do, really think about this. Every action you do, we don't know if Allah accepts it. Do you know there's some actions that will be thrown on our face on the Day of Judgment? This is too petty, take it. You know, we have hadith, the Prophet says some people, their salah will be thrown in their face of its value. We wait for Shahr Ramadan. Why? Because a'malukum maqbula. Shahr Ramadan, everything's sweet. All the boxes are ticked. Doesn't matter, God accepts. This is the mercy of Shahr Ramadan. However, there is one that's constant. It's bonus points the entire year. Any time that I do this, nothing comes close. Even when I look at you look at the narrations, honestly. You research the narrations, you will not find an action like this. You'll find even, how many stories have you heard? You've heard that story with the angel with 1,000 hands. And this angel had 1,000 hands on each hand. There were, 1,000 arms on each arm, 1,000 hands on each hand, 1,000 fingers. And when the messenger asked this angel, what do you do? This angel says, I accumulate everything, raindrops, whatever you want. I count everything. He says, I can count everything except one thing. And he said, what's that? He said, the reward when someone says salawat upon you. This isn't hyperbole. I'm not exaggerating. In fact, Rasulullah, Adam, when he wanted Allah to repent, Allah taught him what? The names of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad, and asked me through them. When Noah wanted the ark to stay afloat, he wrote the names of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. In fact, when Ibrahim was chosen as a Khalil, they asked the Imam, why did Allah choose Ibrahim as a Khalil? Khalil means a very dear friend. Allah chose him. He said, اختار الله إبراهيم خليلا لكثرة صلاته على محمد وآل محمد. He chose him as his Khalil, his dear friend, because he said salawat so often. Musa alayhi salam split the sea when he placed his staff in the water and said, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Go research this. This isn't something I'm using. Every action's not accepted even until it gets the tick, except salawat, even if salawat is done in riya. Say you're doing it to show off, you get the reward. This is the importance of it. So, أكثروا الصلاة على محمد وآل Muhammad, especially in the nights when you're sitting. You have a tasbih, put a subha in your hand, and just sit there while you're sitting down. Say, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, and continue to frequent dhikr of salawat. This is what he has left us with these 5 things. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Haj Ali, am I going to ask questions now or are you going to ask? Okay, after the speech they've asked me to ask some questions. Okay, and there's going to be some prizes. And the questions are going to be part of the discussion. Okay, two questions on each side, or is it anyone at random? Is everyone up for the challenge, or do you want me to differentiate? Everyone. Okay, if it depends which gender jumps ahead, then we'll leave the last 2 for the last. Okay, the first one is, what were the 2 titles that Imam Ali al-Hadi and Imam Hasan AlAskari were known by? These are all from the speech. Brother Kazim. Ibn Rida's one. Askariyain. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Brother Qasim gets the first one. Alright, well done. See, someone was listening. The second one is an easier question. Okay, what city was the Imam born in? Samurai. Okay, that's the second. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Okay, I'm going to leave the last two questions for the sisters because the brothers have already jumped in. They're a bit more difficult, but inshallah you were listening. The first one is, what is taqiyya? Naam. You look like a stunned mullet, you know? Do you know what's taqiyya? Tfadali. Yes, you. أحسنت. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. The last question is, what were the 4 things that the Imam AlAskari said we should frequent? تفضلي. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Thank you very much for listening and putting up with me. Inshallah, please don't forget me and forget all those at present, especially your master, Al-Hujjat ibn Hasan Al-Mehdi, in your dua. And please recite the Fatiha for those that have passed from the congregation that is present and from the believing brothers and sisters out there with the Salat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Ahsan Shaykhna, thank you very much for that wonderful speech. Can we please recite another salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad? We now have a young sister Aya to come up and recite a short poem. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. O the 10th petal of Zahrat's rose, O the father of the awaited one, his face so bright, shining like a star in the night. He is known as the one of spiritual purity and growth. Never has he ever broken an oath. He is known to be trustworthy. His heart is filled with mercy. He is our Imam. He is AlAskari. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Thank you very much, Sister Aya. Can we please recite another salawat for Sister Aya? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We now have the prizes segment of the evening. Can I please invite Haj Ali to come up for that? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. That's better. How is everyone this evening? Tired? It's 9:30, past all your bedtime. Actually, you know what? Don't worry about the lucky door today. Don't worry about lucky door today. It's past everybody's bedtime. Let's just go. No, it's okay. I can see you're all tired. You're all tired. Look. That's okay. Did you go to school today? You didn't? Yeah, you went to school, right? You must be real tired. It's okay. Your mom wants to go home. Your parents want you. Yeah, good, good. You finish early, that's good. You get more rest. We should all go home. Okay, don't worry. All right, no problem. Hadi, you want some of these prizes? Let's take them. We'll go. All right. Okay, no problem. Who wants to win a lucky door prize? Great. You're going to have to wait. Okay, first of all, did anybody guess how many jelly beans there are in the jelly bean jar? Can you say that 5 times fast? How many jelly beans there are in the jelly bean jar? No, no, sorry. No, no can do. Okay, let's get rid of this one. The jelly bean jar is where? Okay, jelly bean jar. Let me ask. Brother Kazim, how many do you think are in here? 500. How many do you think are in here? Okay. All right. Don't become an estimator. Don't become an estimator. 140. You work in freight, right? No. No, not 600, not 140, not 340, not 500, not 420. The winner is actually, we have guesses all the way up to 1,000. But the winner has to get as close to the correct number as possible without, as close to the correct number as possible. We had 1,000 was the top one, and the lowest one was 225. But the correct answer is 720. So, not even close. Haji Batul, that's you? Yeah, you guessed 620 was your guess. It's actually 720. You're going to make one dentist very, very happy. So can we pass this on to Haji Batul, please? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. They're all green. Are they all green and white? No. Last week was... Did you get that as well? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, now the other one. This one here with all the lovely gummy things in it. Ooh. All right. Brother Khaled, how many do you think are in this jar? 300-ish. Also not a quantity surveyor, I see. Yeah, how many do you think, Vanessa? 84. No, Aya. You guessed 140. You guessed 140? 200. Well, it's whatever your guess is, less one frog. Oh, that's so good. Would you like one? Okay, so the highest guess out of that jar was 349. All right. Sorry, it's a bit chewy. It's very chewy. I can't. So the winner is actually Sister Aya. She guessed 140, but there's actually 139. Now there's 138. But you still win. Here you go. You win 138 with the guess of 140. Yes, please. Yeah. Thank you very much, Aya. Thanks for sharing. Very good of you. What prizes do we have here? We have, what are these for? Hands up if your name is Hassan. Okay, I need to see your ID. I definitely need to see your ID. Yeah. Hassan's your dad, man. You can't take his name. It's your middle name. I love all these girls who come up with boys' names. Okay. Okay, so you get to take one for your dad. And I'm going to ring him later and see that he got it. Okay? Don't know. Okay, there's a sister here who regularly says, that's my middle name, right? And so far she hasn't been wrong. It is kind of her middle name, but this one, not a chance. Yeah, not a chance. Okay, can you give one to young Mr. Rida, please, for his dad? Thank you very much. There's the oversized 12-year-old at the back there, whose name is Hassan as well, so one for him. Yes, you know, your friend. Okay, anyone, yeah? One for him. That's it. Nobody else is named Hassan? Your brother is named Hassan? Huh? We're doing Hassan today, man. Come back later when it's Ali or Mehdi or whatever it might be. All right. You changed your name today. Wow. Mehdi. I'm happy for your cousin. You get a prize. Mehdi, come up. Young Mehdi, come up. One for you. You get to pick one. And then there's another Mehdi who's sitting up near the door at the back. He's going to put his hand up. You can give him one. Okay? Thank you very much. Now I'm going out on a limb here. Anybody named Askari? Unlikely, but Askari. Ibn Rida. You know what? Because I love you, there you go. You get a prize. All right. Yes, we can. All right. The best way to get something is to ask. If you don't ask, you know you'll never get. Yes. Would you like the basket? Yes. Sure. We have the first ticket. Ooh. Sometimes it's like playing Monopoly. You know, you've got all your cards laid out. You know which properties you own, and you think he's got to land on your property. You're going to win something, and then you don't. If you've got a yellow ticket. Yellow tickets. I think the yellow tickets are the rarest tickets tonight. Yeah, excellent. Well done. Yellow with a letter D. D. The first number is a 4. It's not actually, it's a 0, but then it's a 4. And then it's a 2. Yellow 42. Yellow 42. Can I have my prize assistant, please? Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. May I have... Oh, we're doing these in bulk. Very good. Excellent. Thank you, Sister Farazan. We have another yellow ticket that is not as rare as I thought they were. It's a yellow D27. Who's got a yellow D27? No, he doesn't. Yellow D27? Not you. Not you. I'm not even asking you. Last call, yellow D27. Going once, going twice. Redraw, yellow D27. Next one is, my goodness, another yellow one. Who's picking these tickets? Somebody likes it. I'm not. Did you see me pick any tickets? Do I have the basket here? No. Yellow D61. Hadi, we have a winner at the back. Yellow D61. Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't 60. Yellow D61. Would you want it to be 60? Oh goodness, these yellow tickets are definitely not as rare as what we once thought. Yellow D71. Yellow D71. Oh, we have the winner of the 27. One of the volunteers that are making the sandwiches for everybody to enjoy afterwards. So is it too late for them? Too late. Okay. Sorry. Can you give the prize to one of the volunteers who's working hard to make the sandwiches? There you go. Thank you very much. What have we got next? Luckily, not a yellow one. It's a blue one, but looks grey. No, it's blue. It says blue on there. It says blue. Yes, B for blue. Yes. Did you finish kindy? Yeah. Blue B37. B37. Give the lady another prize, please. If you've got the ticket, you win the prize. Okay, red. 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 Yes, reds. I got one in my hand. There are reds. Okay. Who has a red ticket? That's not many of you. I think that will probably cover it. Okay, red A17. Yeah, I smell a rort. Mind you, I didn't pick the tickets. I'm only reading them out. Insider trading. Yeah, actually, it is. He's right. But remember the deal, Mehdi? What was the deal? I give you the tickets. Anything you win is mine. Show me the receipt. We have a nice green one. Who's got a green ticket? It's a green C. Yes, it is. Green, 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 green. You have a green, 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 green. Not many of you. A green C. 84. 84. Hajj over here. What are you doing with this? Sorry. What? Are these more picks? I think we need to stop with the picks. Hadi, the Hajj over here, please. Okay, that's that one. We have another green one. Who wants a falafel sandwich? So do I. I'm so hungry. Fresh. They were made here. I'm trying. Who said that? Green C87. Who's got a green C87? Two of you are claiming a green C87. What's going on? Sorry? Is it? Can I see that, please? Thank you very much. It is. Now I've got it and I win. No, give it to her, please. Red one. Red A 8. 8. 8. Red A8. We have the winner over there. We have another green one. Who's got a green one? Let's get through these. I'm really hungry. Green C98. Who's got a green C98? Come on, last call for a green C98. One more to the sister over there, please. Thank you very much. We have a blue 39. Blue but looks grey 39. If you're going to claim it, you better come up here and show me. Blue 39. Quick, blue 39. You've got a blue 39? Wow. Was that the blue 39? She's got two in a row. Wow. Green 73. I love this. Green 73. Anybody green 73? No? No green 73? Are you sure you haven't won another prize? Okay, we're going to redraw that one. No green 73. You don't want the prize? You don't want it? No? Hey, who? Okay, so we have a... Keep one aside, please. Thank you. Red 18. Yeah, just a little bit, yes. Call me Donald. Please don't call me Donald. Another yellow ticket. Yellow D 58. Yellow D 58. Show me your ticket. There we go. Excellent. Go get a prize. Yes. Thank you very much. This will keep me entertained on the drive home. That's fine. Okay, so this has been donated back by somebody who doesn't want to go to the dentist. So we will do this as the last ticket. All right? So don't lose hope just yet. We have a blue 46. Blue 46. Last call for a blue 46. I think that's great, but it's not quite a blue 46, is it? Or a blue 40. Quick, blue 46. Last call, blue 46. Redraw. Okay, we have a blue 40. Blue 40. Blue 40. Quick, quick, quick. Let's get a blue 40. Last call, blue 40. I need the basket, please. Who's got the basket? Blue 40. Get a prize over there. Thank you very much. We have another blue one. Blue 24. Finally! Blue 24. Come up here and get a prize on this side, please. Excellent. We have a red one. Red tickets go fastest. Red 26. A red 26. Lollybags. Yep. Red 26. Do you have a red 26? Who's got a red 26? Yay!
Yay.
Excellent. Go get a prize. Oh, we have a yellow 54. Yellow 54. How many you got? 1, 2, 3? Who's got a yellow 54? Do you have a yellow 54? Do you have a yellow 54? Just tell me you have the ticket. No, she's got the ticket right there. It's ironic, isn't it? Okay, so we'll redraw that. I need, Sister Farzan, I need 4 tickets, please. Sorry? Oh, I need five tickets, please. I'm getting impatient over here. I think I'll have a jelly bean. Man, these yellow jelly beans are the best. Look, the longer it takes to get me 5 tickets, the more jelly beans I have to eat. There were 720, now there's 719. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need another 1, please. We have a blue ticket. All the blue tickets rejoice. Blue 22. Blue 22. Last call for a blue 22. No, we're saying redraw. Okay. I need 1 more ticket then. Blue 22 is not available. We have a green 76. Green 76 at the back there. Excellent. Somebody's winning something. And another blue 59. Blue 59. Blue 59. Quick, quick, quick. If you don't come up real quick, you miss out. Be careful of the wires. Thank you very much. Are you giving me this because... Okay. Thank you very much. No problem. How many do we have left, Mr. Hadi? Last 2 and then... Ooh, a white jelly bean. 718 left in the jar. This is good. I'm happy to keep doing this. Red 0 2 9. I don't know. All the tickets are gone somewhere. I believe you. It's fine. Okay. I need 1 more. Because we have 1 more there and then we have the jar. We have another red ticket. We have another red ticket. Red 0, 3, 3. Red 33. You win the last lolly bag, and I'm going to check with your dad that he got the Hasan prize, okay? And there we go. That's not it? I need one more ticket. That's the one you gave me? I hope the Lotteries Commission is not watching this. This is terrible. Oh, it's a yellow one. Ooh. 716. Left in the jar. Yellow. This is to win the jar. I should close up the prize actually and stop eating from the prize. I think that'll be a good idea. What do you think? Yep. Okay, good. So, 720 minus 4 jelly beans to keep us sustained throughout this evening. We have 716 left in the jar. Oh, I haven't called it out yet. It's a yellow. Take the jar home tonight. Yellow. 0. This is nice. What color is this? It's a green one. Yellow. 0. 6. No. No, 0. 6. It's so quiet. It's great. Yeah. Yellow. 0. 6. 8. Yellow. 0. 68. No, we have the winner over there. Just because you're not the winner doesn't mean somebody didn't win. You are not the winner. Yes, I'll make sure that it gets to him. Show me. To him. Hang on. Yes, it is 68 and not 89. Yeah, I know you. Yes. That's it for the prizes. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Can we finish with Dua Faraj, please? Thank you very much. Please.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد.